Hi guys, Ben from X-Geeks, and we're back with What Remains of Edith Finch. In the first episode, it was absolutely crazy. We was a cat, a shark, an owl, and some kind of
This will
monster.
be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Just gobbling
Edie
up
would
everything.
have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Oh, so when they die, puts photos of them. So this is our
We got
great-grandma's
along,
room.
and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
So that's us. 2014, and then there's Milton and Lewis. Gregory in the 70s. Dawn, could that be our mum, perhaps? Then we had Walter, Calvin and Sam, 1952, Barbara, 49, and we've already played Molly in 1943.
Lewis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Lewis. So he was born in 93.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune.
Okay, so not Swedish, Norway.
And misfortune.
Oh, cool.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
So they actually transported their original house.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington,
And that's why they said
sent
the house sank.
and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
And we've seen that in the bedroom.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Oh, I don't like killer whales, so let's hopefully add more of that
Odin Finch
business.
is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Oh, so that's him. We saw, when was the cat? We saw the statue of somebody in the distance, so I guess that's going to be him. Okay.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Okay, so that's a cool bit of history there, so we learn a bit more about...
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Right, so we've got to fill all these in, so they're not necessarily going to be like a mini level like Molly was, like that was just like a little minute and a bit, so we just got to fill in the family tree, I would assume. But that's cool, that's good to know. Mole Man, beneath the Finch house. What?
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go.
You go, girl.
For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
The Mistress of Death and Thereafter by Odin Finch. Built 1937.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed.
Is that the one in the
could have,
water that
but
we've seen?
She didn't.
Yeah, that's what we've seen. Wow.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
So that's us, and that's our mum. Whoa, that is pink.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Yeah. Hello, frog. Got lots of pills.
It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah, I mean, this is like... This is hideous. I mean, this is actually hideous. But I know someone who might like this bathroom. Now let's just see what this door is here. Doesn't really matter. Okay then. This is so cool. Oh, we've got another diary. What's going to happen next? Like, you can't call it. Sven and Edith Finch. There's a secret in this bathroom. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look.
Oh,
It
that is
isn't in the cupboard.
cool. Well,
It's
I'm doing this
hidden
with the
in that
controls.
book.
Oh, that's sweet. This is brilliant. This is so creative. Calvin Finch.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Where are we now? Fort Calvin. Oh, that is an amazing. Oh wow, it goes up as well. Command center. I mean, if you was a kid, you had this. Wow. Just it really into his sci-fi. So this is the Sam and Calvin. So one was really into his his armies, military stuff. And Calvin was
I knew
into his
Grandpa
space
Sam
stuff.
had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said
Got a
he'd
broken
die
leg?
before he ate another mushroom.
So just
And he
pressing
did.
W and S just to
At
swing.
Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Oh no, we're gonna swing off the edge.
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
I don't like where this is going.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
or maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here.
Oh
But
my
I doubt it.
god.
I think he'd already made up his mind.
Oh, we're not gonna eat.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Yeah, there's no water there. That is that's beach and that's rocks.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Wow. That was...
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Wow. Okay.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Yeah. Here we go. And up we go. Wow. This is insane.
The passages were a pretty tight fit.
Yeah.
They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Oh, have you got like a little shortcut now? So if we want... So this is Barbara. 1944 to 1960.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Okay, let's go in here then. So she wanted like a director. She was a child star.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Bill Bunton as Bigfoot.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Oh, cool. Got a comic book.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Featuring old Jack. So what is this, like Tales from the Crypt Keeper or something?
Old Jack here. With
Yeah, it is.
another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room.
What?
So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Ah, we've seen
I'll
that.
be back in a sec.
Well, that's something to remember.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Oh, wow.
She wound the key. She listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Like, we're moving this, so this is cool. Oh, no.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Michael. Oh, wow, we can...
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his
Hookman
family
killer.
10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Here now.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Oh god. Like, this is so creative. Like, each one's like totally different. It's different style of gameplay. It's so clever. So clever. Yeah. Nope, not about that. I'm absolutely in love with this game. Let's go to Walt's bedroom.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh god.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And who he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Here we go.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
We're in Molly's room now.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Oh.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Just gonna go whack for good measure. I wonder if I can break that pumpkin. So to, you know, bring myself out of it. No. Okay. And of course he's gone.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life.
Whoa.
I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. she had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
That was crazy. I love that. That was so good. So I wonder if she actually did die.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Okay, well, we're going to end it there. This game just gets better and better, and I cannot wait to play the next part. So thank you again for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.